Hi friends, all for art and art for all. This is kind of a rolling pin with a gingerbread man that maybe is flapping back up. So we do have two dimensions here, kind of an up and then the flat surface, and then his thickness makes him three dimensions. Let's start with the rolling pin. So I'll do a diagonal line and a parallel diagonal line. And I'm going to put a foreshortened circle here, but I'm not going to complete it because I've got to let the handle stick out. So let me just start it. And then in the center of it, I'll put a rounded contour, excuse me, for the handle of the rolling pin. And that's going to come out in the same parallel line. So I'm going to go to the bottom of that line and the top of that line and put a foreshortened circle at the end to make the handle of my rolling pin. And on this side, I can't see that part, but I can see the rounded contour of the pin. And then I'm going to imagine this goes straight through and that a line picks up and continues there about the same length as this handle and parallel, and then put a rounded contour on it. And I'm making the bottom a little thicker and shaded. And I'm gonna do some, round that out a little bit more, and just do some cross hatching. I guess I'm not cross hatching because I didn't go across. Cross hatching, you'd make little X's out of it, but I guess I'm just hatching. So I'm gonna do some hatching marks to make a shadow along the pin. Maybe I'll do a double kind of thickness down here to show a shadow of the pin. And then some parallel lines that go along the pin, the rolling pin. And they're just part of a little shadow that goes down the length of the pin. And then I'm gonna have my gingerbread man. Let's identify the outside where he's coming out. So I'll start with this top contour. He comes out, a foot comes over and in, and that foot comes back underneath. And then here, I want a foot that comes out, and at about the same place here. Guess we missed the tip of our foot there, a rounded little foot. I'm going to round a matching shape on this side and come in. Got about this thick, so let's go for the same thickness. And I came in at an angle a little bit more on this one. So my gingerbread man has thickness, so he will come straight down on all the edges and corners. So straight down, this would be an edge. And then I would round a parallel line. And in this case, it would hit the edge here. And then in my sample, I kind of imagined a little shadow, maybe going across the gingerbread itself. You can get carried away with shadows. And let's see if, hopefully I left enough room to go up. So let's continue his body. His body is really close to the edge of this rolling pin, so I'm going to wrap right around, come up, and catch the edge of his body over here. Imagine it coming around the rolling pin, coming up. And I'm going to center his head. And now I've got kind of a place for my arms to go. So my arms will go out, around, back in, out, around, back in. And then we're imagining that I can see the left-hand side of everything. So on the left-hand side, so this would come straight out. And I'm going to be looking up at it a little bit. So the left-hand side on the underneath side. So I'd see that bottom edge. And I'm going to see both edges here. So parallel lines, I could have done a better job there. And around the head. And it's a gingerbread man, so he can have a cute little face. And I find adding eyes that are a little bit more than just a dot, making them a little bit more of an oval gives them a little bit of character. And there you go. There is a rolled up gingerbread man. Gingerbread man with the rolling pin. All for art and art for all.